Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Spilling Tea. I'm your host, Tiffany Daniels. We are getting to JRC here in a moment, but first the disclaimers. Alright, folks, if you're unfamiliar with the Stop the Shocks campaign or the campaign against the troubled teen industry, pertinent links are going to be there in the description box. We have Autistic Hoya's massive archive on the subject. The Neuroclastic article over which the JRC threatened a defamation lawsuit over if they didn't remove it from the website. The article where Neuroclastic surveyed over 800 ABA professionals in regards to the JRC's so-called behavior modification program. Please read that article. Share it on all your social media because they did refuse to remove it from said website. We also got Neuroclastic's GoFundMe link in there as well, because unlike the JRC, we don't have access to unlimited funding streams. Trigger warnings when we discuss places like the Judge Rotenberg Educational Center or Agape Boarding School for Boys. You're going to hear vivid descriptions of and catch clips or surveillance footage of people with mental health issues and disabled people being tortured and abused. If you got young children present, please make sure to use the headphones. Also, this channel is marked not for kids for a reason. We do use profanity and speak on dark subjects. If your child's 16 and younger and watching, parental supervision is very much advised. Now, the JRC is once again saying false, stupid crap. The exact same crap that they submitted, last time when we went through this whole final ban thing. And they reiterated again, making the same accusations while not addressing a single thing that the FDA has already responded to. Oh, but you never answered this. You never answered this. Actually, here, if you look here in this note, la 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 la, I can't hear you. That's what I get from the JRC. They put forward this crap in their comments. The FDA responds in detail, explains their explanations, and even does the JRC the courtesy of showing them where they got their information from which sources. The JRC completely ignores all of it, as though the FDA said nothing at all, and plows ahead and makes the same accusation again. I really hope somebody's generous to those poor FDA panelists. At least get them a CBD soda. Because good God. But let's read it. I'm going to dissect it like usual. And I'm going to ask again, for the billionth time, all the questions that the JRC continue to refuse to answer. Let's go, shall we? The FDA gives only a cursory and flawed analysis of whether the alleged risks of the ASDs could be corrected or eliminated by labeling or other controls. JRC, that is a lie. In the final ban, as well as in the proposed ban, they actually, in regards to labeling, explained very well why the issues being brought up in regards to risks versus benefits, health labeling would not change anything. But since you continue to stick your fingers in your ears and hum as loud as you can like a toddler. And then afterwards, also like a toddler, then shout the same thing again and again, avoiding the answer. Let's do it again, shall we? The reason why proper labeling is not going to help with the risks is it doesn't matter whether the goddamn device is labeled or not. Labels do not protect my ass from second and third degree burns from a device I did not consent to by having a stranger shoot it at me because I just wasn't good enough pretending to be neurotypical that day. Okay? Now, I don't have my mom's expertise when it comes to the healthcare field, but I'm pretty sure if one of the risks that has been proven beyond a shadow of a doubt, in particular second and third degree burns which have been sustained by more than just a small handful of students that you put on that damn device, pretty sure labeling doesn't heal second and third degree burns. Also pretty sure that labeling doesn't prevent second to third degree burns. Now see, in a normal circumstances, if we're talking like if we were in a sane environment, labeling perhaps could save us from that second and third degree burns. But the same world doesn't exist at the Judge Rotenberg Educational Center. You see, the folks who are on the device don't control the device. The direct care staff does. The direct care staff is using a device without our consent on us that at its lowest setting is 3 times more powerful than a police taser. And Dr. Israel has told us, well, yes, it's designed to. It's designed to hurt you. Okay? It's pretty goddamn simple why labeling is not going to fix the situation, JRC. Labeling is not going to protect me from somebody else abusing me with that device and ending up with second and third degree burns from it. Okay? God, you all are stupid. It's painfully stupid. Absolutely mind-numbingly, painfully stupid. But it was flawed. Explain to me how the hell it's flawed to come to the conclusion that proper labeling is not going to correct the second and third degree burns on the students. They are still at risk for that, JRC. What is there not to understand here? Labels do not have bizarre magical powers. Okay? With a device like this where labeling would actually be helpful is in regards of if I'm the one using the device on myself. And that label was there to warn me of the fact that if I use it inappropriately, like such labeling that's with the SIBIS, the predecessor to the GED, I would have that information so I would know what not to do to end up with second and third degree burns while using the device. These kids are not in control of their devices. Nobody gives a single shit whether they actually consented to this barbarity or not. And the people who are using the devices on these kids do not give a single shit about our safety or our well-being, as proven by their entire behavior modification program. Okay? Please spare us the stupid, for the love of God. Alright? Number 2. Exactly how is their analysis flawed, JRC? If they have ER documents in front of them, along with ER photos, right there up there at the panel, where they can clearly see exactly what the risks or injuries from the device can be, and you're going to tell them that it's flawed and can be fixed with labeling. This is the kind of stupid that provokes me towards violence. No joke. Not even kidding. This is the level of stupid that prompts me. Billy Jack style. Foot right on the side of the fucking head. I don't know, I'm kind of old, but Billy Jack style, look it up. 70s action movies. Let me continue. But before I do, labeling does not miraculously cure second and third degree burns. Labeling does not undo the damage that device is causing, has caused, and will cause in the future. Because this device is being used by some of the most unscrupulous, sadistic sons of bitches I have ever even heard of. Okay? Spare me. This is not the SIBIS machine. This is not individuals choosing to use that device for themselves so that they can control the intensity of the electricity they're getting shoot through their bodies. Labeling is not going to fix shit. The FDA made that extremely, explicitly. God, Jesus. They made that extremely clear in a very detailed, logical, and sound manner. I need off the clown car. Oh my God. Let's continue. The FDA dismisses the idea of labeling, asserting that the current labeling for the GED which provides it should be used only on patients where alternative forms of therapy have been attempted and failed is somehow insufficient because this population of patients is allegedly impossible to define. That's literally what nobody, oh my. No JRC. Alright, my sadistic, evil bunch of Karens from Dante's Ninth Circle of Hell, sit down with me here. Sit down with me. Good. Okay. You may have individuals that you would like to label as refractory or resistant. But the FDA is in actuality trying to tell you that as of right now, we have no real testing in place, though research is being done in regards to those who are more resistant to the more standard forms of care. Okay? We don't have a specific test to find out before sending them off to an intervention center whether it's not going to work or not. Even with a proper full functional behavioral assessment, sometimes it might take one or two tries to realize that something else is going to need to be done. Okay? So yes, as of right now, there is no definitive medical model approved form of testing to figure out whether a consumer is going to be considered refractory or not. Okay? That is what the FDA is saying. Number two, we're not going to rely on your fucking word for it. You have destroyed video surveillance that you were court ordered to provide for a lawsuit. Okay? That's why Dr. Matthew Israel is no longer even allowed on the grounds of his formal school because of the plea bargain he took. Okay? You're known to play fast and loose with paperwork, to dodge FDA workers trying to set an appointment with you to get your devices you're currently using tested and properly licensed. Number two, but you said it's impossible to define, but we can define it. Your conflict of interest is showing, JRC. It is in your financial best interest to find someone as quote-unquote refractory. Let me use one of the best examples of how absolutely bullshit that actually is. Do you remember Jennifer Masumba? Because I do. We on this channel do. Everyone that's been a part of getting your evil psychotic place shut down are all very familiar with Jennifer Masumba. You said that she was refractory. She was out of control. The only thing that could stop it is GED. Remember? I remember. And she dropped the T on you, by the way. That, as a matter of fact, you tried absolutely nothing during the entire first week she was at the JRC. You gave her free reign of the entire school, gave her a pizza party. In the meanwhile, unbeknownst to her, somebody was writing down all the things that she was doing that were just not neurotypical enough. Sad thing is that you folks at the JRC don't even really know what a neurotypical teenager actually acts like, sounds like, or dresses like, but you get a fan-fictionalized, weird, like, Stepford children idea of what being neurotypical is. Alright? Turns out, after Jennifer Masumba left your facility and began positive behavioral reinforcement, along with OT and PT, and currently living within a nice group home setting, and is currently now under her own person-centered planning model. The girl has blossomed. There are no bizarre out-of-control behaviors a good majority of the time. The only thing that I see that gets real for her on occasion is when the PTSD from what you all did to her strikes. She is an accomplished classical guitar musician. She's funny. She's a very good communicator. She has been accepted into Mensa. But she was refractory. And the only thing that was going to work was the GED device, right? If that's true, why is she doing so much better away from you all than she did at the JRC? Now, she's been honest that when she first came out of the program, she was far worse than ever she had been previously, with new behaviors that she'd never had before going to JRC. It's what happens when you go through some sadistic, evil shit. You have to work through all that trauma. Thankfully, she had good people to surround her to get her the mental health help she was going to so desperately need because of what JRC did to her. That's a pretty good indicator in regards to what JRC considers refractory and whether they actually even really are or not. There's no standard testing for it. Right now, protocol in a sane world is when we come across that situation, we refer back to the full functional behavioral assessment and go over the information again and create a program that is customized to the individual that is being resistant to your regular type of program. It's rocky. It's hard. And it is beyond emotionally exhausting. There's heartbreaking moments. I'm not going to tell you that it's not. But given enough time with everyone working together, it begins to work. I know, because I've been a part of some of those meetings. To speak on the behalf of my consumer, to make sure that their voices were heard, considered, and best of all, that they had the ultimate final say, yay or nay. I've seen it work. All right, we're going to finish up here. And I'll get to the second half of this in a minute. I want to cover this last little sentence here before I do. Actually, no, I'll save that for the next video because once again, it's another run-on sentence, Batman. Alright. We don't get very many views on this channel, and the few we do tend to get removed from time to time. So, folks, if you could, please don't forget to hit the like button, hit subscribe, and please don't forget to hit the comments. I do appreciate your time, and as always, folks, we here at Spilling Tea, I hope you have a good one. I will see you all later. Goodbye, everyone.